It's time now for the Peter Channel. 11 o'clock news is late Thursday, April 14th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. 11 o'clock news and on tonight. Top story at 11 o'clock is Democrat debate. Clinton casts herself as a realist in the race. I count for Will Board recommended approval Thursday for former Charles Manson family member Leslie Van Houten was convicted in 1969 killings of Leno and Rosemary LaBianca. California Appeals Court ruled versus decision overturned 10-year rules. Tokyo, at least 9 people were killed and nearly 1,000 injured after a strong quake kicked southwest of Japan, toppling accident, leaving thousands without power, but no problems were reported nuclear plants in the area. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam on Thursday vetoed a bill that would make the Bible the state's official book in addition to the country's issue with the bill. His personal feeling that the bill trivialized the Bible. Tokyo, North Korea tried but failed to launch an immediate range missile Friday, the birthday of the country's founder, Kim Il-sung, the South Korean military said. Demonstrators outside of Israel military court in Kiryat Maliki last month wailed in support that a soldier was caught in a video shooting in a wooded Palestinian in South West appear to have been subdued. Moscow, somewhat humble and at least not swaggering, President Vladimir Putin held his annual live call-in show on Thursday, with his answers to heavily choreographed calls intended to underscore his concern for the plight of ordinary. Shanghai plans to be in the U.S. Philippine military ties, including joint controls in the South China Sea, reflect the Cold War mentality. China's defense ministry said, pledging to the resolution of the infringement of the country's sovereignty. President Dilma Rousseff of Brazil is accused of using money from the giant public banks to cover budget gaps damaging the nation's economic reliability. Thousands of low-wage workers marched in New York, Los Angeles, and U.S. cities on Thursday called for minimum pay of $15 an hour and then caused that have scored major legislature victories in California and New York State in recent weeks. Ted Cruz will appear in the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon Thursday night, and the GOP presidential hopeful shows up as a comedian Trump and Jordan Fallon in the skit that pokes fun at Donald Trump. Peter Lang, the former New York police officer at State Supreme Court, walked on Thursday as Judge ruled that the manslaughter conviction would be stand. Berkeley, California. The Family University of California Berkeley football player that died after Team Jewel 2014 had settled a wrongful death lawsuit in the school system for $4.75 million. Beijing, China's economy slowed further in the first quarter of 2016 by policies aimed at reviving it appeared to gain traction in March. Bombardier incorporated nearly an agreement to sell many A-75C Cyrus jetliner to Delta Airlines incorporated person familiar to talk said, idea that would be the largest in the date for struggling aircraft program. If you have fan shuttles, Zugberg style driver service with kids to school, play dates, etc. bad news. They're shutting. The so-called Panama Paper scandal reminds us that consumer welfare and board tax payments is neither uncommon nor many cases are legal. Scientists at Cape Cod Woodsall Organizational Institution discovered what they called a cloud off the coast of Panama and Hannibal Bank seamount. Scientists have built a model circle that solves the mystery of one of the nature's most famous journeys, the Great Migration of monarch butterflies from Canada to Mexico. When viewed at cosmic scale, human lives in a tiny grain of sand floating in a deep ocean, huge expanses. So the surface, even though the closest stars ensure that it shouldn't need sufficient intelligent life form, want to spread across. Dr. Thomas R. Frieden, director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, described the eternal debate over taking a pregnancy as a very long conversation. A Florida woman is being denied by the work condition where is left unable to leave the house during the day. Julie Reed said she developed a devastating immunological condition called congenital urticaria, which causes skin to come. The number of teenagers and preteens using e-cigarettes rose in 2015. The New York Times reports new data from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention revealed that the number of middle schools who reported using electronic cigarettes went up. One study participated in a new fMRI study on LSD reported experiences cells of a self-dissolve. A common experience of a psychological substance, a remarkable thing that happened to their brain scan image. They reach to the brain and responsible. In Rehoboth, a 52-year-old local woman was arrested by police Thursday afternoon faces several charges including attempted murder after she allegedly opened and fired two other women. Police about 3 or 5 p.m. responded to Omaha Cross Street for a reported shot fired. A woman called 911 on her cell phone and reported another woman that fired a shotgun at her and a friend. Norfolk and fire industrial plant sent one employee to hospital by medical helicopter in the closed very busy section of Main Street for most of the afternoon on Thursday. Attleboro Rail Company will get an industrial rest of trains in the morning to help them get the Boston according to the new MBTA train schedules released on Thursday. Foxborough, a plan to form a study committee, has been now credited in Howland over a proposed dog park in town. Norton Town voters will face a vote on May 17 on the $3.6 million proposition to enough override the annual bill for the year, beginning July 1st. Michael Raymond, an Army veteran and National Aid to the Veterans of Foreign Wars, have been appointed to Mansfield's new Veterans Agent. Seacon police have identified a man in a pickup truck with actions outside the home of a middle school student earlier this week. He raised concern and he had no ill intentions. Alright, look at that. Stocks now is up 18.50% close at 79.26.43. SP 5 up 20.82.78, up 36 cents, and Nasdaq down 1.53 at 4,945.89. Take a look at New England Insulators in Pepperell, Massachusetts, and working fire at 27 Drive. Crews work the heavy fire, condition and known size residential structure of multi-MA2, working covered the WH. Peter Chill News Times, now 11:07 p.m. on the slate. Thursday night, it's time now for a Trevor Report. Maybe. Let's stay up down in Rhode Island. Okay, take a look at Rhode Island. And it shows it's looking good in highways and byways are down. 95 in the southbound tower will get an accident just after Route 495 in Mansfield, so expect delays. The 95 southbound from 140 in Foxborough just before Route 152 in North Attleboro. Mass parking in the eastbound side, a little slow from the Pruitt Tunnel all the way to the Southeast Expressway in Boston, and 95 on the northbound side, a little slow to Georgetown Stretch, and 95 northbound also surround Route 495 in Newburyport. But otherwise, Eastern Massachusetts highways are looking good. Mass parking interchange with 290 and 395 in Auburn, a little slow. Route 20 westbound side, so from I-91 in Windsor Locks to just before the Bradley International Airport in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Vermont, New Hampshire main highways are looking good. I-87 in the southbound side, a little slow, just around the Plattsburgh, New York stretch. I-890 in the eastbound side, a little slow around New York State Road in Schenectady. Down in Connecticut, 95 on both ends, a little slow to the Old Time stretch. 95 in the northbound side, a little slow for the New Haven stretch. 95 in the northbound side, slow after Route 8 in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Merritt Parkway in the eastbound side, a little slow between the Stamford and Norwalk stretches, and Merritt Parkway in the eastbound side, a little slow after Route 57 in Westport. at New York City. Long Expressway on both ends, also in the Midtown Tunnel in New York. FDR driving the northbound side, so between the Midtown Tunnel and Queensboro Bridge. Lincoln Tunnel in the eastbound side, it is slow on both ends. West side Parkway and the northbound side, also from Lincoln Center straight up to Western Harlem. West side Parkway and southbound side, it is so from Soho all the way at the Route 278 in Brooklyn. We get an accident on the Belt Parkway and Leaf Erickson Shore Drive, just around 278 in Brooklyn, so expect no delays. 278 on the westbound side of it is slow after the Veterans Bridge. 278 in the eastbound side, also around Route 485 in the Queens. Belt Parkway in the eastbound side, also the Brooklyn stretch. And Grand Central Parkway is slow between 678 and 495 in the Queens Flushing stretch. 287 on the west southbound side, it is also on around the perimeter stretch from Route 17 to Route 80 in Paterson, New Jersey. But the New Jersey Turnpike is from New York to Delaware, but 95 on the New Jersey Turnpike on the southbound side, it did slow from Newcastle all the way up to the Delaware border. But it's swinging again, and the State Parkway is moving from Wildwood all the way up into Newark. Highways and byways in Baltimore are looking good except on 195 on the eastbound side, also after 295 just before the BWI airport, but we got an accident on 895 on the southbound side just before I-95, just before the Harbor Tunnel in Baltimore, but it's looking good. And down in Washington, D.C., the Beltway on the National Harbor Bridge, it's a little slow. 495 on the northbound side, also from 236 to Route 50 on the northbound side of the Beltway in Virginia. And Capital Beltway a little slow around North Pittsburgh, just around 270. But Washington area highways are looking good, and highways and byways in Pennsylvania and New York State are looking good, and Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine highways are looking good. Okay, look at MBTA alerts at 11. Well, subway system is looking good. Due to this ongoing structural to track work, midday West Line trains may be experiencing some delays. Train special alerts would be sent as needed. And on the Thursday, are looking good. Peter Channel News times now 11:12 p.m. on the slate. Thursday night, and it's time now for a weather report. Seven-day forecast looks like this. Tonight, close skies about 29 degrees. Cold wind coming north around 5 miles every minute. Friday, sunny skies about 54 degrees. North about 8 to 30 miles, gusts 29 miles an hour. For Friday night, close skies about 36 degrees and north about 6 miles an hour. For Saturday, sunny skies about 52 degrees. North about 8 to 10 miles, gusts 26 miles an hour. For Saturday night, most gusts go about 34 degrees. North about 6 miles an hour. Sunday, most gusts go about 61 about 39 degrees. For Monday, most gusts go about 33 degrees. Monday night at Chester Showers after 11 p.m. Most gusts go about 42 degrees at Chesapeake is 40%. Tuesday, Chester Showers before 1 p.m. Port St. about 53 degrees at Chesapeake is 30%. For that, most gusts go about 39 degrees. Wednesday, most of the podcasts go about 55, about 37 degrees. And for Thursday, most of the clouds are about 68 degrees. Go here, not near, it is 30 and clear. You're to the 82%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel. 11 o'clock news is late. Thursday night, April 14, 2016. I'm Peter saying, good night. See you tomorrow morning with a more report. Good night.